Ah bah oui. Au retour, c'est très différent, c'est pas la même façon de faire. Hop là. Voilà, c'est pas très poétique, c'est pas très beau. Les trains sont tout gris. C'est un vent de liberté qui souffle soudain.
After our trips to Poland, Belgium and Germany, we are crossing the channel to go and meet British puppeteers. Out of the shuttle, we are tasting a little bit of London and at last heading to the north. Jeff seems to be staring at the horizon, looking forward to join his colleagues for this special chapter of our adventures. By the way, what is special this time? Well, let's ask Jeff.
L'idée qui sous-tend ce projet Marionnette en Europe, c'est d'aller évidemment à la rencontre des compagnies, des troupes qui pratiquent la marionnette, mais c'est aussi pour provoquer à un moment quelque chose de spécial. Pour la Pologne, on est allé à la rencontre du public en recherchant ce que pouvait être cette forme traditionnelle des chopka. Pour Liège, on a été fabriqué une marionnette dans l'esprit liégeois. Ici, on touche un petit peu vraiment à la substance du projet, c'est qu'on arrive à créer en coproduction avec une compagnie anglaise un spectacle en commun. Et ça, c'est pas rien d'arriver à le faire, et ceci dans les deux langues. Et on s'est amusé avec ça, le fait qu'on vienne en Angleterre, que ce soit entre guillemets le meilleur ennemi qu'on puisse avoir dans l'histoire, et ben c'était de faire une sorte de battle entre la langue de Shakespeare et la langue dite de Molière, d'où le titre du spectacle Shakespeare versus Molière. Or, en plongeant un petit peu plus dans cette idée-là, dans les textes de Shakespeare, comme dans ceux de Molière, on utilise aussi les textes de Racine, il y a quelques citations de Beaumarchais. Ce qu'on s'est demandé au vu de l'actualité, c'était si ces auteurs-là existaient aujourd'hui, est-ce qu'ils écriraient autour du sujet des migrants? Et c'est évident, parce qu'à mon avis, ils l'ont déjà fait, en tout cas pour Shakespeare, il l'a déjà fait dans La bouche du marchand de Venise, par exemple. Dans d'autres pièces, on le retrouve aussi. Donc, qu'est-ce qu'ils auraient raconté au sujet de ces migrants? Comment les définirait-il, à mon avis, ni en tant que réfugiés, ni en tant que migrants, quel que soit le mot qu'on puisse y coller dessus, mais en tant qu'être humain, qui se retrouve pris dans les tourmentes du pouvoir. Voilà. Et je crois que c'est ce qui est au cœur du spectacle qu'on est en train de créer, qu'on présente maintenant sur ce festival très important donc, de marionnettes dans le Yorkshire, le Beverley Puppet Festival.
Alors le bouton qui permet d'allumer le ciel bleu, voilà. You've understood, a complete crew is gathering for this common creation. 2 days of rehearsal to check everything before acting in 3 youth centers and the Beverley Puppet Festival.
Get something from the van.
Ah yes, okay. You need some help?
No, it's okay, it's very light.
So Hafil, is every detail of the show written on that small paper that is attached to your glasses to make it convenient to have a look?
Yeah, it is, but I need to do it because I keep failing to do so.
So we know all your tricks now.
Okay, so she comes up.
Il faut avouer L'amour est un grand maître. Ce qu'on ne fut jamais.
Sorry,
Ok. Pareil. La plus belle ville du monde. The most beautiful city in the world. Paris!
Our leaders seem well and truly swamped, while the women have taken the lead.
Selon elle, lorsque des étrangers frappent à nos portes, c'est aux maîtresses de maison de les recevoir.
They say
de préparer des rouges vifs à Calais et à Douvres.
Yes, let's have them wash up on the shores of both Dover and Calais, in the lands of both the frogs and the roast beefs.
We are the poor as you.
I first met Jeff in 2009 at the Beverley Festival, and as a result of that they came to the Beverley Puppet Festival in 2010, and we talked since then about having a collaboration, and finally it happened several years later, to coincide with 400 years since the death of Shakespeare. And for me it was wonderful because I have been working with shadow puppets for quite a long time, and to return to three-dimensional puppets is very refreshing for me, and also to have the opportunity to work for an adult piece. It's great. And I had the chance to make the puppets, which is again something that I've not had much time for quite a while. So that was really great, and I've never tackled Shakespeare, and I've never tackled speaking in French in a show, so I'm quite glad there's not too much of that.
We're off to Hull and the first youth centre.
Le hangar à car.
Sympathique, c'est beau, vous l'avez. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Je veux dire que c'est beau.
Ouais, ça a brûlé. C'est un décor de film de Tim Burton.
Tâche spéciale. Alors que nos entreprises délocalisent à tour de bras en Asie, les migrants demandent toujours plus d'attention.
Special news flash. While a constant stream of our businesses are relocating abroad to Asia, the migrants demand ever more of our attention.
Vos papiers.
Papers, please.
Ça, c'est papier, ça. Alors, c'est quoi ça? Oui, c'est sacrément imprononçable, ça dit. C'est quoi ce pays?
Molière, Shakespeare, they talk about us now, even they are dead. They talk about it. It's why we use Phil Collins music and different songs, black.
Allez, on fait des matchs.
I think for artists it's very exciting, very important to create something with people from other countries.
Are you related to Antoine Combs?
Sorry.
Are you a family member of Antoine Combs?
The eruption of this unexpected question gives us a time to relax. No, Jeff is not a family member of Antoine de Caunes. Let's jump back to this project's crew and ask everyone his secrets. Steve, for example, what is your technique for directing actors?
What did I do?
While the answers are being prepared, let's go and ask Philip Crispin.
J'ai travaillé en tant que dramaturge, non seulement sur la recherche de textes, étant spécialiste de Shakespeare, et sur la traduction.
Generally, it's seeing where things go too long
Traduire Racine dans la langue de Shakespeare, comment c'est?
or too short, and seeing how visual images can expand.
Éprouvant mais agréable.
And hold a stage.
Alors c'est vrai que grâce à toi, on a trouvé des extraits et des passages qui étaient extrêmement parlants.
j'ai trouvé ce projet passionnant et oui, ce qui m'avait frappé l'esprit, c'était que justement, dans Shakespeare, on pourrait trouver les trésors qui allaient justement avec les thèmes sur le pouvoir, mais aussi la misère, oui, la nostalgie pour le foyer, la souffrance, la violence, toutes les choses qui frappent au cœur en fait.
So we had to edit the subtitles down to their essence as well, and that was quite interesting to do that, to take the language and boil it down to what it means, but also keep it poetic and not lose the beauty of it.
Oui. Non, vas-y.
Non, je pense justement au passage du Marchand de Venise.
De Shylock, quand il revendique une humanité,
malgré qu'il soit juif dans l'histoire, pour nous qu'il soit migrant. Voilà, ça c'est quelque chose qui reste atemporel.
Le cri de cœur, il est humain, c'est un être humain comme les chrétiens. Exactement pareil.
Well, I think it's an international language. Puppetry, it's a beautiful thing because actually it does translate very easily.
She's also good, I think.
We're visiting UK just after the Brexit. We hear the name of the new Prime Minister, Theresa May.
Refugees to come to this country.
Did they go to refugees?
Yeah.
She has. She reminds me.
Has she stood up on?
She has such a program for the refugees.
Well, because
I don't know yet, but it's all very vague because you don't know what she can bargain, what her strength can bargain against. She doesn't know what
Quel nom là, on va décharger là alors. La condition sine qua non pour faire ce spectacle avec les Anglais, c'était de mettre du Goldman tout le temps.
Thy friends suspect for traitors whilst thou livest, and take detritus as thy closest friends.
Pitié! Pitié! Nous ne savons pas ce que nous faisons!
Hi, my name is Amanda and I'm a youth worker. I really enjoyed the puppet show. First I came in, obviously I wasn't sure what was going to happen, but it's absolutely down the line of work that I'm doing because one of the main things I'm trying to do is get people to be aware of migration, its impact on the people who migrate in the countries that they actually go to, and I really enjoyed the fact that it was visual and it represented it in a way that I could relate to it. And in a way that it made it even more interesting, so absolutely brilliant, enjoyed it.
Thou loathed issue of thy father's
I'm from Congo and we came as a refugee, then so we hear about more than.
Yeah, that's why I found this show really interesting because myself I'm a refugee, so I can relate to everything that was happening.
The material they use so good, make you to understand more. So it's
yeah,
quite
they're really good. I think
yeah.
they will go really far with this because it's very interesting.
Somebody else to kill, somebody else to kill, my kingdom for somebody else. There's nobody else. Who shall I kill now? Want to explain it?
Arm out birds to corrupt a mountain and
big city.
Well, not too big, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. So it's a center here? Or?
Yeah, this is it.
Okay.
My name's Jack Foster. I come to the Warren. We're in the city centre. This is a place for people who have their own problems to deal with them and socialise, talk to people who need to.
Are you going to watch the show this afternoon?
Yeah, we'll watch the puppet show.
So a big round of applause please to Indigo Moon and Compagnie Via Cane.
After the show, time for questions and talks.
Alongside what you were saying there about like the misinformation and stuff like that, I think it would be quite interesting. Or have you thought about doing something about the difference between an immigrant, a refugee, and an asylum seeker? Because that's quite often a sticking point when it comes to the politics of talking about migrants. You know.
A spectator helps us to interview our own puppet.
Please, may I ask you a question, Puppet? What do you think about the show you are playing in?
I am the best, yes.
Are you?
Yes.
What's your name?
What the puppet of me?
Harry? You.
Sophie.
Sophie. Thank you very much, Sophie.
After having discovered the skills of this new puppeteer, we are getting ready for the second part of our stay, the Beverley Puppet Festival.
J'ai commencé une bonne journée en Angleterre et à Beverley, avec un bon petit déjeuner avec des haricots, des œufs, du lard et de la saucisse.
It's all right, nothing to worry about. We'll just feed to the rest. Okay, so funnel. That's it. Here we go.
Me and Sean worked at the same theatre in London, so that's how we met each other. And we were both puppeteers there, and we specialised in marionettes.
Yes.
My family run a puppet theatre in London, so I'm the third generation.
Oh yeah.
And it's a marionette theatre. So that's how I learned.
Okay.
It's a golden trophy! I'm Daniel Lempen, and together with my wife Liz Lempen, we run the Lempen Puppet Theatre Company. It's lovely to take an audience somewhere on a journey and sort of take them into a magical world, and I think puppetry theatre is really interesting for this. It's a great tool to grab people's imagination. In an acting show, there's limitations. If you've got a low budget with puppets, they can do anything. They can fly, they can do this, they can do that.
But someone has to pay for this! Well, you could always punish the people of Earth instead.
Puppets for a very long time, but I always try and incorporate performance and puppetry in the same, so it's never pure puppetry. It's generally masks and puppets, and this time it's clowns and puppets. And in this show we have glove puppets of the same characters as ourselves, and we have a very large life-size puppet, and we have an evil small clown puppet.
And where do you think you're going to, Adam? You've got a little job to do. Do it properly! Frisky little
Es un espectáculo básicamente hecho con las manos, aunque implica el cuerpo también. Y es importante para nosotros el espectáculo porque empieza a marcar la tendencia de la compañía. A pesar de que solo son manos, empezó a definir cuál era el estilo de la compañía, que son los títeres corporales y la manipulación de objetos en consonancia con el cuerpo y su extensión.
I think kind of one of the main things I brought back from the Czech Republic was, doesn't matter how big, small, shape of the puppet is, if your focus is solely on the puppet, then you can make a room full of people believe that it's real by kind of, there's other skills, there's breath and there's other bits, but mainly the focus. If I'm looking at the object, then I'm asking the audience to look at the object as well.
Our show, Shakespeare vs. Molière, has just finished. Let's ask people's impressions.
It seemed to be like historical, present and futuristic and powerful. Norwich Puppet. There was a tempest, wasn't there? And a whole conglomerate. Can't say the word. It's just blown me away, yeah. It was pretty powerful, strong stuff.
Poignant and moving, and it's a submission that's close to my heart. It's very atmospheric. The production's very thought-provoking and felt really made you sort of identify with the refugees. Quite moving.
The puppets were stunningly beautiful. They're my favourite puppets actually yet so far of the show. And I like the way that the whole show sort of reflected the style of the puppets, and that you sort of had to fill in bits of it with your imagination. You sort of had to piece together moments, and I felt like there was just enough storyline to be able to really engage with it emotionally.
We've been fascinated by a crowd of puppets all along the festival. But let's keep the last words from the most famous ones, Punch and Judy and their dynamic baby.
I think I missed him. Boys and girls, when it... Get out of the teapots. Come here! Mr. Punch, get out of bed! Mr. Punch, feed the baby, bath the baby, make lots of sausages. Bye-bye, sweetie pie. Bye-bye, sweetie pie. Bye-bye, baby, bye-bye.
Traditional Punch and Judy, our Italian friend Mr. Punch came here 350 years and we've added the British sense of humour, and he's our longest serving British puppet. He doesn't behave himself, so he's not allowed at the main puppet festival. He's on the streets where he belongs. Because he just doesn't behave himself.
It's there from when you're a kid. Like any seaside you go to, they'll have a little stall there with, Punch and Judy there. I kind of liked it and I kind of didn't like it when I was a child because it's a bit scary, and now as an adult when I see it I just think it's scary.
So I think the theatre of Punch and Judy goes through the whole of Europe and maybe the whole world, because it's the same sense of humour for every human being.
Simple, but the slapstick was fun. It was just fun at the time. I think the more I look back on it, maybe it's quite a dark story of a man beating his wife, but at the time it was really fun. Oh, yeah.
Rubbish! You weren't rubbish. You weren't rubbish. We're very good in Beverley. Beverley? Yes, we're in Beverley. Beverley! Yes.
to have a burner over there so the smokers would come out here and keep warm.
They did well.